What's up, guys? I'm Tim. This is New Craft Workshop. It's time for another savings video that I got for you guys today. Don't waste any more time. Click that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment. And most importantly, get your shopping done and thank me later. So let's get right into today's video. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to show you guys a couple of items. And we're going to compare Lowe's, Home Depot, Woodcraft, Rockler, and Amazon, and I'm going to show you why I do this shopping for you. So this first item we're going to look at here is going to be this battery pack set from DEWALT. Now this is their 20 volt max power stack, and I'm using this simply as an example for you guys today. Now, over at Amazon, we can pick this kit up for $139 for 2 batteries. We're going to look at the same exact kit, 20 volts, 1.7 amp hours, on sale at Lowe's, $159, 20 bucks more, and it's on sale. And then we head over to Home Depot and look at this, $219 for the same exact kit. This is why I do the shopping for you guys. There's no need for you to go over to the big box store and overpay for something that you can just click on a link, have it dropped off at your door, and you can thank Tim at New Craft Workshop when you're done. So let's look at another one. DEWALT 20 volt max half-inch keyless chuck drill charger, 2 batteries, and a carrying case. $129 over at Lowe's. Over at Home Depot, $129. And we head over to Amazon and it's $107. We can zoom in here and we can see that this is from the DEWALT store, which is extremely important when you're buying tools like this. Make sure you're getting them shipped from Amazon but sold by the manufacturer. If it doesn't say visit the specific store, like in this example DEWALT, avoid it. There are some known knockoffs, although they try their best to eliminate the name brand ones. But yeah, this is from the DEWALT store. 48,000 reviews, 4.8 stars. It's a legit product, $107. It's $22 cheaper than anywhere else. Last example of why I do this for you. This is the VEVOR miter gauge, and yes, I know it doesn't say VEVOR there. It says some weird name, but these all come out of the same factory in China, and VEVOR is just like everybody else. There's a ton of names that they ship out under. You can feel free to click on these items online and look at them. They are the exact same miter gauge. 90 bucks over at Home Depot. Lowe's, $59.39. Amazon, $60.90. Why am I showing you something cheaper at Lowe's? Because I want to prove to you guys that I always give you the best deal. If I find something cheaper at Lowe's, I'm going to tell you in my Lowe's savings video. This particular one, everything I'm showing you is going to be from Amazon, and everything I'm showing you is going to be the cheapest price I can find, period. So let's get started with today's video with this set of brad point bits. Now, if you're not familiar with brad point bits versus different types of bits, jobber bits, standard bits, etc., for woodworking, you want a brad point bit. Over at Home Depot and over at Lowe's, you're going to get things like Spider over at Lowe's, and you're going to get things like DEWALT over at the Home Depot. This is a version that you're going to pick up over at Amazon. 6-piece kits over at Home Depot and Lowe's are going to run you around $18 for 6 bits. Here at Amazon, you're getting 12 pieces for 24 bucks. You're getting twice the amount of bits for about 40% more money. And the great thing about this set is the shank is the hex shank, so it will not only fit in your drill with a chuck, it will also fit in your impact driver. All right, next let's talk about some clamps, and if you've watched my channel before, you know I love Jorgensen. 4-piece kit over at Lowe's. Jorgensen is going to run you about $39.99. Irwin, their kit actually has 2 6-inch and 2 12-inch. That one's 50 bucks. This is 4 6-inches for $32. Jorgensen makes great clamps, and this is a no-brainer when it comes to getting some good quality clamps for $8 a piece. If you want to steer away from the name brand and maybe get a little bit more clamps, you can head over and look at this WORKPRO set. This is 6 clamps. You're getting some 12-inch and 6-inch in this 4 6-inch, 2 12-inch for 35 bucks. And I did get some WORKPROs sent to me from the Jorgensen distributor. And although the clamping pressure is less, build quality, I have zero complaints with WORKPRO. The main difference is the clamping pressure. The small ones are only 100 pounds and the 12-inch are only 150, which is probably enough for most of your projects. But just be aware that you are going to have less clamping pressure when you spend less money on clamps like that. All right, next, let's look at this. This is just a steel rule. It is a flat piece of metal with some laser etched markings on it. It's very precise. It's made by Jessom. Jessom makes great products, no problem with them. I just have a problem with high-priced items where you don't need to spend a lot of money. So look at this, Lowe's, $45 for a 12-inch rule. Head over to Woodcraft. It's a little bit cheaper, 40 bucks. We're going to head over to Amazon. $4.95 gets you a 12-inch stainless steel rule. Look at the ratings and the reviews. 4.6 stars, 5,236 people have bought this, and the overwhelming majority of them think that it is a really good product. And for $5, you could go through 10 of these before you broke even with what you would have to pay for one Jessom over at Lowe's. Sticking with rules, Incra. Incra makes great precision products. I have the 12-inch out in my shop of this T-rule right here, and I absolutely love it. But I wanted to show you this one today because Amazon, once again, it's cheaper no matter what we're shopping and talking about today. But look at this, 26 bucks over at Woodcraft for the 6-inch Incra. We're going to head over to Lowe's. I'm sorry. We're going to head over to Amazon and check it out. 20 bucks. It's literally $6 cheaper, which $6 is about a 20% savings over what you're going to pay. And again, look at the ratings, and the brand up top is Incra. It's coming from the manufacturer. It's not an off-brand. Be aware, this particular item, when you search for it, if you do a general search on Amazon, you'll find some that look identical, but they are not made by Incra. Stay away from them. Get the name brand on this one because it's so much cheaper than the big box and the specialty stores. All right, hinges. Haven't talked about hinges in a while, but if you're building any kind of cabinetry, whether it's for your home or for your shop or for your customers or whatever, let's take a look at a pretty basic low-end half-inch overlay soft close over at Rockler. We're going to pay $6 a pair, making them $3 each if we do some really simple math. Head over to Amazon. We're going to get a 50-pack for $53, which makes them $1 each. This is a savings of 66% over the hinges that you're going to buy at Rockler. Now look, Rockler sells Blum. I know they are a name brand, but I will tell you right now, I have all of these aftermarket hinges on all of my shop cabinets and my carts and everything, and they are absolutely wonderful. They hold up just as well as anything else you could purchase, and for the savings that you're getting, this is a no-brainer. All right, speaking of hinges, let's stick with this. Now, if you're building any kind of small boxes, whether it's jewelry boxes, little shit holders or whatever you're building, this is a really good deal as well. So these little solid brass small box hinges over at Rockler, you're getting 10 of them for $6. Same exact size hinge, everything being equal here. We're going to get 25 hinges, 2.5 times the amount for $3 more, and they're going to give you the magnets that go with it to keep your little box closed when you close it. So this is a complete kit. This is about $3 more, and you're getting a lot more product. All right, next, drawer slides. Drawer slides over at places like Rockler and places like Woodcraft are going to run you anywhere from $16 to $20 for the size that we're going to compare today, which is a 16-inch. 16 bucks is the average between those two places per pair. Here at Amazon, we're getting 6 pairs for $44, which means they are $7.20 a piece. A savings of about 60% over what you're going to pay at Woodcraft and Rockler. And again, this is something I have on my shop drawers, in my workbench, my shop drawers, and all of my carts. All use these from Amazon, and they are extremely sturdy, 100 pounds, full extension, ball bearing slides. They're smooth, they're quiet. I mean, you can't beat it for $7. All right, Home Depot now sells PowerTech. Well, maybe they've been selling PowerTech, but I just haven't noticed it. You can get PowerTech over there, and I found this. This is kind of interesting to me. So you're getting 36-inch T-Track over at Home Depot for 40 bucks. That's for two 3-foot pieces, 40 bucks. We're going to head over to Amazon where we're going to get 4 3-foot pieces, also made by PowerTech, for the same exact price. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but my math brain tells me that that is twice as much for the same exact price is a pretty good deal. That's a savings of literally 50% when you're buying it over at Amazon. All right, Going Make. I've told you guys, don't sleep on Going Make. They make great products. I got this doweling jig for Christmas. It's phenomenal. It's heavy duty. This is something I would put up against any of the big boys like Jessam, where you're going to pay $219, I believe, for the Jessam. 79 bucks. I've told you about Going Make in the past. Things like their miter gauge, which I have on my saw. I've showed it to you when it was like $215, and currently it's $299. It's going to continue to go up the more people buy it and the more people continue to give it good reviews, because they make extremely good products. But this jig right here, if you want to do any kind of joinery with dowels, this is the tool for you. This is a complete kit, and it's currently on sale for 79 bucks. It's normally $99. This is a great item, and for the price, you're going to get a tool that is going to last you a lifetime out in your shop. Very well made, heavy-duty aluminum, black with white laser etching. You can't make mistakes with this thing. It's pretty self-explanatory how it goes together and works, and I have absolutely loved mine since I got mine out in my shop. All right, new item. We haven't talked about anything like this before, but if you are considering getting away from hand finish and spraying yours, I would recommend starting with a self-contained HVLP like this. This is going to be a contained sprayer that you can spray paint, finish, everything through this. You do need to thin it out a little bit if you're doing some anything like polyurethane. Just make sure you're buying water-based. Thin it out slightly. Test your capabilities with your sprayer when you get it. It's a little bit of a learning curve. Took me a couple runs to get it extremely precise, but I will tell you that the finish you get with the sprayer is so much cleaner and so much nicer than anything you're going to get with wipe on or brush on or roll on, anything like that. And this particular brand right here, for this price, 54 bucks, that's an entry-level price, but this, I've had it out in my shop for like 4 years, and it still works just like a charm. Just make sure you clean it after each use. But yeah, if you're interested in spraying, this is the way to go. Avoid the big one that has the carry behind blower attachment that you have to run a hose to. This thing is literally all in one unit, and this is great for small to medium-sized projects. 55 bucks, entry-level. Start spraying your stuff. You'll be glad you did. All right, we're going to go back to Going Make real quick because this is on sale and it was already a good price, but pocket hole joinery. This is a very similar jig in the way that it operates and clamps your material down to the Krig old school that I used to have before I got my 720 Pro. Benefits: solid aluminum construction, dust port that actually collects dust, and the actual jig where your bit goes through is removable. You can take it and clamp it with a clamp to your material if you don't want to bring your material to the jig. Let's say you're wanting some pocket holes on the end of an 8-foot board. You don't want to stand that up in your jig to try to get that. You can take the actual jig portion off, bring it to your material. Makes it so much easier. It was already a good price prior. It's on sale for 49 bucks, and I have no idea how long these sales last. So if you're in the market for a pocket hole jig, I promise if you try Going Make, you will be completely satisfied with their stuff. All right, and finally, we talk about bench cookies a lot. I've shown you guys the Rockler bench cookies, and I've shown you guys the Milescraft version. This is new. This is made by Peachtree. I do like Peachtree Woodworking. They make some good stuff. And this little set right here, I thought I'd pop this up because this is something that I have not seen yet. What's really great about this is you're getting 4 bench cookies, which most of them offer. You're going to pay $17.99 for Rockler, and you're going to pay like $12, I think, for the Milescraft. So this is just $1 more than the Milescraft. But what's great is you can buy a couple sets of these, and if you need more stability than just putting the blocks in the 4 corners to hold your material, you can actually click these together and make a wider, more stable place for your material to rest while you're doing your sanding or your finishing or your planing or whatever. But yeah, I thought I'd throw these in here. Again, Peachtree is a good company. They make good stuff. This currently has 4.7 stars. It's only got 83 reviews because it's a new item, but Peachtree makes good stuff, and 4.7 stars out of the first 100 is a good start for them. So that's what I got for you on this one. As always, links will be down below to every single thing that I found for you guys today. As always, I appreciate you spending a little bit of your time with me here at Newcraft Workshop. Hope you guys can find something here that you can use out in your shop, save yourself a little bit of money. All you got to do, as always, is click, order, save some money. Thank me down in the comments, and I will catch you guys on YouTube.